Alright, guys. Now let's get to it. Let's talk about it. So, there's a lot of changes going on, and the thing is you have to be adaptive. You have to be resilient. You have to be somebody that's like, oh, that didn't work. Let's try it again. And I hate to just jump into it like this, but you have to understand. There's crypto. Crypto hadn't died. People still in their seats waiting, ready. You gotta also understand AI is now coming about. It's now stepping on the scene. You also gotta understand that change is a constant. Don't be the people who be just sitting around scared and like, damn, what do I do? I'm just so scared. Like, we are in a good time. I'm gonna reflect to the story of the guy with the talents in the Bible, and I'm not an expert on it. Excuse me, but I'm gonna break it down to the best of my ability, and you can read it for me, and we can discuss it. But in a nutshell, a rich man had left three servants, and he had a talent of gold. He had some gold, and he gave it to three servants, and he gave each one different amounts. The first one he gave 5 talents, the next one he gave 2 talents, and the next one he gave 1 talent. And he said, "Hey, I'll be back. Y'all get y'all put this money to good use." And I said, "You want to get back?" He came back, and he talked to the servants, and he was like, "Hey, what you got? Show me what you got." And what the first guy said, he said, "Hey, took a little bit of work, but I've turned that 5 into 10. So, books will show we've did good. So here you go." The master was like, "Okay, good job, good job." The next servant, "Hey, I had your 2 talents that you gave me. I turned that 2 into 4. So here you go. Good job, good job. I'm well done, well done." And then he got to the third person, and the third person had 1 talent. And with that 1 talent, the master was like, "Hey, what's up? What happened?" And the servant was like, "Oh, well, I didn't want to lose it, so I buried it. Here you go. Here's the same amount of money that you gave me. Here is your talent. Here is your gift. Here you go. It's back." And the interesting thing is the master was mad. He was pissed. He's like, "What? You know, you didn't do nothing with it. You just buried it. You could at least put it in the bank." And when it comes to words, it could mean a talent of gold, or it could mean whatever talents and skills that you got. You can't be a person that's holding back and that's afraid or whatever. You've been given gifts. Your gifts, like, I feel like my gift is to think, my gift is to speak. I love to do that shit. Whatever yours might be to bake. Just think about it on a level of grand scheme, because God made you to be like the biggest, baddest mofo out here. Let that resonate. You are created, fearfully and wonderfully made. But you also notice that those other servants, that they doubled their talents, right? That means they took risk. You can't be a person that's like, "Oh, I don't take no risk." How can you expect to succeed? Like, let's just say as an example, when I get my taxes, or when I get my next sale, or when I get my next paycheck, or whatever amount of money I'm looking to get next. But once I get my next check, uh, once I get my next check, I'm okay with the whole thing getting like lost on an adventure that I'm looking to grow my business, or me taking a risk. You feel me? Like, bills will always be here. And not to say that, don't ever think I'm a person that's saying don't pay your bills and shit like that. Understand, I'm a person saying that you'll always have a fight. Something is always coming and lurking around the corner to whoop your ass. And I'm just being real. So there's certain risks you can take and certain depths you can take, and understand that it's just gonna be okay. In this country, they don't kill you if you don't pay your bills. I'm not saying don't pay your bills, but I'm saying take the time to really say, I might not put the whole check in there, but I'm gonna at least put 10%. 10% and 90% and 100%, that difference ain't gonna make my life any different. Building that discipline will. You do another 10%. I say maybe, let's say if you do 10, 10, 10, and then 70, living off of 70% just to start off. 10% is your active capital, meaning I'm actively trying to flip this mug. If you sell candy bars, you can flip it to sell candy bars. If you trade, if you decide that you're going to create you a business, your C Corp, not your LLC, your C Corp. Whatever you're going to do, that's what I recommend. You know, there's so many, it's like so much shit I want to tell you and shit like that. But the biggest thing that I would say is just, it's going to be a fight. Take risk. Those other guys doubled their money. And it would have been okay if they lost their money. I'm just being real. Like, the third servant didn't die. They just said, take his money away from him. I mean, you feel me? But my point is that he should have taken a risk. He should have taken the risk and had a better story than I buried it. Man, I was out here trying to flip this motherfucker on the corner. I was doing the best I could, and we got robbed. I know that sounds crazy, but to just bury it, that means he just didn't do nothing. He just sat there. Now, you're probably like, what does this have to do with anything? What does this have to do with something? It's like, there's some of y'all still alive. Y'all are young, y'all are old, y'all are middle-aged, y'all are whatever. And y'all still got dreams and hopes and, shit inside of you. And I don't want y'all to just get to the Father, get to the end of life, to the next level, next dimension, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It don't matter. It's a play on words, in my opinion. But I would just hate for you to get to the next step and then hear and get told, what'd you do with your talent? Oh, I buried it. I was a black woman in America. Like, the thing that I think would be interesting is, imagine meeting your maker and he recounts the events of the things that you did or didn't do. And like, he's going to pull it up. You can't say, oh, I was a black man. No, he's going to be like, nope, I remember I was there with you. I was in your head. I was in your mind. I was providing this. You chose wrong. You chose, you know what I mean? So like, it's so fascinating that we are now in the precipice of time. This is it. We are about to take off. And y'all are watching the news. I fault, let me take that back. I don't fault anybody. I think this shit has been crazy for a lot of people, especially like when you go back in time to like 1903 when John D. Rockefeller changed the school system. I think it's also interesting when you look at how the Willie Lynch letters meant to break up the black family. I think it's also interesting how when you factor in how food stamps was meant to separate the family and have people as, oh, I'm independent and I'm doing it all on my own and all these different things. So I can't fault you. But I understand. But at the same time, I look at it like I'm also at a level where, and I don't fault my dad for, for him being him. I look at it like he's cool. He's beautiful in God's eyes. I'm beautiful in God's eyes, and I'm moving on. But I had to reach a certain point where if I'm not being taught this, then I need to go find the answer that I agree with, that aligns with me. I'm at a point where I'm not at a level where, well, as a community, as a family, my mama, my daddy, all these different things that, didn't work out or whatever, I'm at a point where I'm grown now. I can't sit back and use that as an excuse. Why? Because if I use that as an excuse, then guess what? I have that result. I'm sitting here on And it's by the grace of God, but I just want to show you something. I'm sitting here on all this is my shit. You feel me? All this shit. Like I'm on my farm. You feel me? And I don't want to say that to be like, oh, I'm rubbing it in your face. But no, I had a vision. I said, okay, let's try it. Let's see. He owns 1,000 hills on 1,000 whatever. Fuck it. Let's get this. Oh, it worked. Did we fall on hard times? Like a motherfucker. Did God still pull through? Like a motherfucker. But my thing that I encourage you guys to do, let's say you're that person with that one talent. Well, I ain't got 5 talents. My daddy ain't rich. My this is that. Who gives a fuck? You're not getting out this bitch alive. You're not getting out of life alive. Understand, you will not get out of life alive. You will die at some point. So with that being said, fuck it. Fuck that talent. Fuck that talent from the mindset of I'm willing to take a calculated risk. And as I take a calculated risk, my expectation of what's going to happen is that I'm going to grow it. And if I don't grow it and I lose it, the knowledge that I gain from it, I can go after it again. And as I go after it again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do something different. But I've learned something. I have notes. I might have lost that money, but I have notes. I know what to expect. It may not be perfect, but I'm building a list. I'm understanding. I'm stalking it. I'm like, I know what you do on Sundays at 5 o'clock. I know on Sundays at 9 o'clock at 5:05 you drink that's what I know. I'm stalking it. I'm stalking my destiny. I'm stalking what I'm going after. So it really don't matter how much you got. Truth be told, we are in an era where the person who had 1 talent could have turned his talent into 50 talents. Why? Because 10x is just his mindset. You can also fault the people who just doubled their money because he could have been like, man, bro, you could have worked it a little more. You feel me? Like, I think God really knows our true potential, and we kind of have a vision of our true potential, but we choose to stay in this little bubble. Like, oh no, no, I'm gonna stay here. And the thing is like, I'm just gonna be real with you. I don't care to participate in these life games. I know that sounds weird, but I'll break that down. I don't want to learn about credit. I don't want to learn about trading. I don't want to learn about real estate. I don't want to learn about the fucked up atrocities of the world and have to teach my kids to be aware of the weirdos in the world. I just want to pretend like nothing's happening. But guess what? I'm a man. I gotta do what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I gotta make sure I'm doing my job, teaching my kids, teaching my people, teaching, educating, going after this shit. I gotta make sure I'm, being me, being the me that God ordained me to be. And I'm not complaining, I'm not griping, I'm cheerfully getting my ass whooped, because each time I get my ass whooped, I get stronger. And when I get stronger, I'm able to go and help and empower my kids, my community, my family, and including myself first, because first I'm putting on my mask and then I'm letting everybody else get their mask. And it's a whooping. I'm not gonna lie. It be days you don't want to get out of bed. You get like, fuck. And then you get like, and it's even weird. It's like, I was reading a biography of Frederick Douglass, and it's a totally good read. It's on YouTube. Listen to it. But what he said was like super powerful. He said that he got mad at the white lady who, I think it would have been the master's wife. The master's wife was white, and she was teaching Frederick Douglass and her kid how to read. And Frederick Douglass, I think, was a kid. Something like that. I think that was it. And Frederick Douglass was like a little kid. But the master got mad. He was like, oh shit, no, don't do that. Why? He said, and he went into details. He said, once you teach this little baby how to read, he might have called it whatever. But he said, once you teach you how to read, guess what? what'll happen is he will never be content being a slave ever again. He will, like, he went, it was a whole monologue. I don't have it per se, but you know what, let me find it. All right, y'all, I pulled it up. If you give a nigger an inch, he will take an L. A nigger should know nothing but to obey his master. Where is it at? I had lost it. To obey his master, to do as he is told to do, learning would spoil the best nigger in the world. Now, said he, if you teach that nigger, speaking of himself, how to read, there would be no keeping him. It would forever unfit him to be a slave. He would at once become unmanageable and of no value to his master. Ask to himself if he could do no good but a great deal of harm. It would make him discontented and unhappy. And Frederick Douglass says those words sunk deep into his heart, stirred up sentiments within that lay slumbering, and called into an existence entirely new train of thought. A lot of fucking words. But in a nutshell, this is what I'm saying. Wait, hang on. It's looking a little dusty there. But in a nutshell, this is just how it works. You have to be a person who is continuing to read. Like, just because you have that ability to read doesn't mean that you read. You have that one talent, unbury it, dust it off, blow it off, and keep going. All right, I'm going to try it. I'm going to risk it. What happens if I fail? Do you put your faith in your God, or do you put your faith in man and all this other shit? Last time I checked, I didn't think, I didn't think that you got up to this. I didn't think you got here by your own doing. It's still by the grace of God, but it's still some effort. You still signed off on the destination. God still was like, look, I got you. I'm gonna watch over you. I got you. And you got, let's say you got 50 years, you got 70, you got 80 years to complete your mission. And I'm gonna protect you. Now, in that 80 years, you got your mission, you got your talent. What you doing with your talent? What are you doing with your talent? Are you doing anything with it? Are you just sitting on your ass watching the game on Sundays, Fridays, watching a bunch of rich people get paid to throw a ball back and forth, and you talking about, that's my team? That's my team. What? Who? Who? Got your face painted, all that shit. I don't give a fuck. Why? Because I'm focusing on my team. My team. I salute the people, all that stuff. It ain't in my tax. It ain't in my budget right now. And not to say my budget financially, but my mental budget. Oh, we do need entertainment. We do. But we also need to be focused, be driven, be going after something. Be turning our talent into more. And that might not be that you might not, it may not necessarily be money. It may be relationships. How can I make relationships better? How can I be intentional with the relationships that I want? Here's the deal. I'd rather be lonely than unhappy. I'd rather be lonely than unhappy. I'd rather wait till I find someone that's going to treat me right. Someone that's going to be the right business partner, the right spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, sibling, friend. I'd rather wait and find someone that fits what I want. It may not be perfect. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but someone that fits what I want. If I can find someone that fits what I want, that fits my similarity, that fits, we're like-minded, I'll wait. I'll wait. It might be something like, whatever your talent might be. It could be like learning. And understand, just because you're going to college, that doesn't make you exempt from further learning. Just because you're like, oh, well, I'm doing this. So, no, learn everything. You need to be learning until you get the result that you want. And I encourage you to do that. I'm also hunting. but I'm still kind of talking a little loud. So I may or may not get anything, but I'm ready if I do. Ready for what's ready for me. But I feel like this is more important than me sharing this with y'all. So if I catch something, cool. If I don't, I don't. I ain't tripping. But what was I saying? Just there's so much potential now, and this is now the time. You know how like y'all be like, oh man, we should have got some Bitcoin, but we didn't get no Bitcoin. We should have got this, we should have got that. It's not financial advice, but there's still XRP, there's still Ethereum, there's still, you just go to coinmarket.com, coinmarketcap.com, top 20, just buy some. But, and not to say that that's just where it makes you exempt, like, oh, I just buy crypto and then I'm done. But learn about stuff. You will forever get value out of investing in this. In between here, this little sponge right here, you'll forever invest in. You'll forever benefit off of investing in it. You're never too good to learn. Like, you never. It's funny, like, I know this is gonna sound messed up, but I look at the system of the church and I find it interesting. I look at it like, if I'm going to engage in a relationship with you and you're going to teach me, I'm down to learn and all that stuff, but I would like to look at your life. I would like to look at what you got going on. And not that I am, not that I am saying I'm better or worse or anything like that, but do I want the results from what you're doing? Do I want your results? If I want your results, then I'll go after, I'll follow you. But if I don't want your results, then why am I listening to you? You feel me? And we should really audit some of that stuff. Like, if it's a peculiar noise, maybe it's somebody doing some work. I don't know. I'm hearing noise. I'm in the woods, in case you guys hadn't noticed. But it's cool. We out here. We ready. We ready for what's ready for us. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. I think I kind of know what I was saying. Don't you hate when you like lose your train of thought? But we get it going. Ain't no thing. In this time, like, you will always benefit off of investing in this little brain of yours. Watch a video, learn something. It's free. Like, it's now free. I remember, I'll give y'all the benefit of the doubt. Those of you guys, those 70s babies, those 80s babies, when they had encyclopedias, I'll give y'all the benefit of the doubt. Those 90s babies who the Google, they just told us, just Google it. And we would Google it and we would be like, what? It's not there. Now you have AI and you have TikTok. I was raving about TikTok. Meaning, how do I do this? I learned how to fix my credit. I learned how to ask the right questions for TikTok. And with AI, you just have to do the same thing. Learn how to ask the right questions. A lot of y'all will notice, like with AI, you have to be as specific as possible. As many run-on sentences as you can think of. Help me design let's say if I want my pond. This is my pond, guys. So I want my pond to be full of freshwater, beautiful, colorful fish that I can swim in and I can also eat, that are good for the ecosystem. And you just go through the run-ons and it'll keep up. You just make a list. So it's like, but don't just say, help me make my pond look good. You feel me? You have to be specific on what you want. You also have to be specific on your dreams and goals. You have to be specific on where you're going to put that 1 talent of gold. Be calculated. Don't just be like, all right, I got this talent. Who wants it? Oh, it didn't work. Don't do that. That's being a bad steward. You need to be a good steward, meaning research, learn, have relationships, get to know people. And the best thing that I've learned, and I mean, I'm grateful that this doesn't really apply to me, but I see it in the world of today. Sex as a currency to get you what you need can temporarily get you there, but if you're just a good person and you're just, you know, a genuine good person and you just look out for people, then the shit's just gonna always work out. And I say that to say I meet a lot of people, men and women, and they feel like, oh man, I have to give up this in order to get successful. No, you don't. You don't even have to do porn. It takes time. But along the way, it's beautiful. Along the way of learning how life works, it's beautiful. Because you get to know yourself better and you get to, like go through and get your battle scars. You feel me? Like everything that I thought was a battle, so to speak, ended up making me stronger. Like, I feel like I'm a 50-year-old man. Let me rephrase it. On wisdom, I feel like I'm almost a 50-year-old man. 50, because it's like so many different things, and I'm up for a fight. I'm up for a mental fight. I'm up for some shit, And I'm just like, yeah, I'm with it. You know what I mean? So, I guess what I just say that to say, I encourage you to just take action. You're probably like, well, what do I take action at? And where do I go? How do I pick? Just pick something. It don't matter what. Just pick something. Anything. Pick it and then try to make it something global. How can I serve people all around the world? God didn't make you small. Like, there's this term someone said, like, God made life into a garden, not a bakery, or not a pie. With the pie, there's a finite number of slices, meaning, like, God didn't put your potential in 4 slices. Damn, I only got 4 slices. I better be careful when I eat it. No, he put it in the garden. If you eat the apple, you drop it, and the seeds go in the ground, and then it plants another tree. In a nutshell, that's kind of how it works. Not apples particularly, but you get my point. So, I totally recommend that that's what you do. So, take your time. Learn. And guess what? I'm 30. I'm making this group, or made this group called PIP, People in Pursuit. And you can totally join it, like, if you want. It's a really good group. Really good guys and gals. And, back to what I was saying. But, in other words, it's going to take time to build. And I know it'll be big. I know it'll be massive. I know it'll be worldwide, millions and billions, like Trump says. But I was just listening to Myron Golden, and he was saying he had to do 8 years of Bible study with only 19 at max people. I think it was 9 to 19 people showing up every week to get his practice in. So I'm like, fuck it. This is my practice. I'm with it. It may or may not take off until I'm 50. With the new tools of AI and all that stuff, I'm hopeful and I'm expecting it to go, like, hit tomorrow. You know what I mean? But if I'm practicing and getting better at being great for the next 10, 20 years, 30 years, till I die, I'm okay with it. Why? Because the journey is beautiful. I'm enjoying the journey. You should enjoy it. You should enjoy the journey. Take your time. Don't be rushed. Don't be feeling like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? It's hard. No, just, you got this. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep dreaming. And just keep making it bigger. I be just having powwow moments in my mind. I'd be like, damn, that's how big I thought. I'd be like, that's how big I thought it could be. And then I'd be like, no, let's make it bigger, times 10. Bigger. Bigger. Then it just gets out the frame, and I'm just like, well, God, I know you can make it work. And if you don't, you don't. I'm having fun along the way. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm figuring shit out. And along the journey, you're probably wondering, well, I'm trying to get rich. I ain't trying to have that shit take forever. It's going to take forever. I mean, it totally feels like it. But the more and more you get to, how do I put it? As you are a good steward of managing your resources. You remember how I told you, 10, 10, 10, and shit like that? As you get smart with buying things that will make you money, you buy assets versus liabilities. Asset is something that'll make me money. You feel me? A liability is something that, ain't gonna make me no money. I can buy a Range Rover and it could either make me money or lose me money. I could rent it out and it could make me money, or I could be like, hey friends, look at me, I'm a baller. Ho ho ho, we gonna take pictures and videos, not promote them and not promote it for our business, and we just gonna look cool for our friends. That's a liability. Catch the difference? It's all about your mindset. But my point is that buy assets, buy things that are going to grow in value, buy things that are going to make you money. I don't recommend just buying guns, but guns can go in value. If shit gets crazy and hits the fan, they can get you out of pinch. But don't just keep buying guns. Go buy gold next. Go buy crypto. Go buy land. Go buy animals. Don't just be in an apartment. I don't want to live in the country. Go buy some land and put somebody else in the country. Have a vision. Like, I think every American should at least use their first-time home buyers program. Why the fuck not? That is your talent that you just, I don't like it. It doesn't fit me. Like, come on now. Like, you should have had a V8. But what's another thing? Like, you are not going to win until you have lost enough for many people. I'm just gonna be real. I had heard, I don't remember where I heard it from, but somebody said like they lost $1 million, and I was like, damn, you lost $1 million? And then I heard another person say, well, I don't want to be rich because you might lose a lot of money. And I'm kind of like, so you'd rather be broke and not have any money to lose? That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. You should be like, you know what? Imagine what it would be like to lose $1 million. Imagine what it would be like to lose $1 billion. Lost $1 billion. To be at that billionaire status, you feel me? Like you know some things. You feel me? Like okay. I know I don't have to go out and sell hooch to be able to get food. I can get a free meal. And I don't have to like do nothing strange for a little change. And I ain't knocking the people that do, but I'm just saying, I feel like you are in the strongest position when you have given the most amount of value and done the least amount of work and gotten the highest amount of pay. I'm just being real. So like, if you can get paid a lot of money off of an idea compared to having to have your back broken and choked and all that stuff, that's more beneficial. You know what I mean? Oh, I guess so. Like, I'm not knocking people who play basketball. You make good money, really good money. But if you make more money just applying your ideas and you make enough to own the NBA and stuff like that, then it's like, oh, well, which game do we really want to play? And, everybody on all levels everyone at all levels, no matter if you got 1 talent, 2 talents, or 5 talents, like, play the game with what you're given, your talents that you're given. Some people were blessed. You got good family. That's good. Some people were blessed that they had fucked up shit happen to them. That's good. You know what I mean? My dad tried his best. He wasn't the greatest, wasn't the worst, whatever. But I learned on what I wanted to be in the dad. And guess what? I've learned kids just gonna talk shit regardless. They just gonna be unhappy for the most part. So fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing my best. I'm trying my best. And if my kids don't like it, fuck it. You feel me? I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I'm doing, I'm just doing what I can do. And I encourage for some of y'all parents that's like, oh, well, my kids, fuck what your kids say. You did the best you could do with what you knew how to do. Keep it moving. Always forward. And that's how I look at it. Like, oh, well, fuck it. Always forward. They'll get it as they get older. And some shit you can't explain certain life experiences to some people. But the one thing that I can explain to you is you need to be running. You need to be running. You need to be getting your motherfucking ass up and running. What does running mean? Running with your ideas, running after your dreams, keep it going. You got that talent, run with it. Some of y'all got 10 talents, run with them, work them. Like, I'm fascinated with people who, like, I be like out in the city, and when I be in the city, I be seeing people going to parties, they turning up, and I'm loving it. I'm loving to see people doing them. But I'm also fascinated with how much money goes out, and I'm wondering what kind of, like, was there meaningful relationships? Was there, impact done? Or did we just sit around getting drunk, like, listening to motherfuckers that talk about, I'm better than you and I'm gonna kill you? Oh, I paid $500 for a section. I paid $500 to go sit down with a bunch of people that we're not really talking about business. We can't hear each other. We can't congregate. We can't plan a master plan or anything like that. All we can do is just sit here and just look good and take pictures for people that we don't give a fuck about. The people in our Instagram, they're just gonna say, oh man, they look like they're turning up. That's it. That's all we doing. We can't put our money together and buy a cow. I mean, the price of meat. Y'all talk about the price of eggs. Y'all ain't bought, y'all no farm. Y'all ain't got no chickens. We can't buy a cow. Well, where we gonna put the cow? Y'all put the cow on my land. We got virtual farms out here. Y'all can have a spot for y'all animals. I'm being real. Well, the worst thing for a rich man is to have a whole bunch of money and not have food to take care of his family. Not have those connections, those farm connections. Don't be a rich man in the city looking at your kingdom and then you be like, damn, I can't get no food. H-E-B ain't got it. Kroger ain't got it. Walmart ain't got it. All these wonderful grocery stores, supply chains disrupted. Don't be that person. With your talents, use your resources. Find relationships that are beneficial for you. It's funny and fascinating. Like, we're not taught how to find the right relationships, friendships, business relationships, anything like that. This is how it should be. Find people who treat you like you want to be treated. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I recommend not abusing that and finding some kind of in between. Because some people, what they'll do is they'll just be, what's the word? Some people, what they'll do is they'll just, how do I put it? Some people will just find people that want to baby them and they won't grow. Find people that will challenge you to grow, but also find people that are wanting and willing to see you succeed and willing to help you succeed and stand by you as you succeed. Don't be around people who always got their hand out like, gimme. Be around people that's that want to give to you and you want to give to them. Like, I'll test the motherfucker. I'm just being real with you. Hey, man, let me hold this. And I don't need no money, but I just want to see, because I know what I'm bringing to the table, and I'm bringing a real, genuine relationship. So I want to see what you bring to the table. I'm not going to fault you. I'm not going to knock you, anything like that. But at the same time, if I see that there's not much beneficial things that you're bringing to the table, I'm going to just be like, all right, you ain't bringing nothing to the table. It's what it is. So I'm going to move accordingly, and I'm not going to keep that type of people in my circle, because time is finite. Time is limited. You'll be here today going, I'm 30. I was just 16. I was just driving my little truck. My first truck. I was just in school. Now what? I'm grown. And now I'm just like, oh, I'll be 70 soon. I'll be 70 soon. 80. You feel me? Like, you're here today. It's old. Time flies. I've been in my home for a year now. A little over a year. Wow. It's super wow. But I ain't knocking it. I ain't tripping. But my point that I'm saying is time is flying by. You don't have time to just keep sitting down. And if you be like, oh, well, what do I do if I'm 70? Get your ass up and dust that motherfucking stuff off and get to moving. Find people, find like-minded people. Get a community. Find you a church, but before you go to that church, hey, what are we doing for the community? I'm trying to get paid. Here's my talent. What we gonna do with it? I had some gold and silver I had sold recently. We're at the top of the market, and I made a little bit of a nice little penny. But what happened was I noticed, like, if I went in the country and went to a pawn shop compared to if I went in the city, I would get almost double. And the guy at the pawn shop was telling me, he was like, yeah, in the city, they can do it. They don't have to hold on to precious metals for long. They able to get high dollar. So what I did was I took my talents, my gold, my silver, I took that to where I was getting a lot of bang for my buck. Granted, one was 15 miles compared to 70 miles one way. So you dig it? It was far, but it was worth it. And it's up to you to do that for your stuff. Take your talents where they're more beneficial. Take your talents where you'll get, Take your talents where you will be blessed and molded and challenged and, weighed properly. Take your talents there. And you'll be amazed what doors God opens for you. You'll be amazed just what happens. So, yeah, so beautiful out here. Just in life, in this time frame that we're in. The weather's here, nice. You see, we ain't snowing, so I'm chilling. But it's just beautiful where we are in time. If you don't have a group, let's say like you be like, okay, we ain't got no churches. I don't see nobody out here trying to help people. Join a network marketing company. Find some, but don't just join a company because they out here trying to they out here trying to get money, but they also out here trying to build. And I ain't knocking them, but if that ain't your cup of tea, then rock with me. If that ain't your cup of tea, just rock with me. What do? We do everything. We take you from start to finish. We're going to make sure you know what you need to succeed. We're going to plug you in with the right different entrepreneurs, real estate, trading, financial, anything. If you want to find the right networking, marketing people, it's whatever. We got you. We got farms. We got, we're everything. We are the group that's... I really understand, and I don't want to offend you by my bluntness, but I'm not caring whether I'm not doing anything for hype. I'm not caring whether you be like, oh well, I don't care what you think about me at all. I know this. I know what God said. I can have whatever. I can have dominion. With PIP, People in Pursuit, what I did, I just decided I'm going to make something that I would want. If I'm at my lowest of the lowest, I want a system in place that can help bring me up and help bring you up. If I'm at I feel like my kids will be okay. I'm just keeping it real. By the grace of God, I'm trusting God. Shit can happen, but I feel like my kids will be okay. This is for your kids. I want to make sure your kids is cool. I want to make sure y'all cool. I want to make sure, y'all kids is cool. So this is me putting a group together to make sure people is cool. Because there are groups out here that are intent on crushing people. Yes, there are hate groups out here. You know that? There are actual hate groups. There are people out here that's like, we don't like black people, we don't like Muslims, we don't like whatever. And I don't have nobody I don't like. I'm too busy focusing on winning, honestly. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice you were black. I didn't notice you were white. Why? I just don't give a fuck. I mean, it shows where a person's mind is when they are limited by, oh, I can't get past the part. You put cheese on your eggs. I can't get past that part. Them people who they get mad when they get a supreme pizza because there's vegetables on there. I'll be like, just pick the shit off. We're being a baby. Think past the stuff, the other extra stuff. But what I got to say to you is this. You have talents. Take them somewhere where they'll be beneficial. And guess what? Because a lot of y'all gonna have this question. Will it be hard? Yes. Will I get my feelings hurt? Yes. Will I want to quit and want to die and all that shit? Yes, absolutely. That's going to happen whether you stay where you're at. That's going to happen whether you rock with me, whether you go do it on your own, whether you go do it wherever. The difference is rocking with a group of like-minded people. We are going through the same shit in different cycles. So if I'm in my spring and you're in your fall, if I'm in my spring and you're in your winter, guess what? You can come get some vegetables over here because it's good and we're working it out, and then vice versa. I can come get vegetables from you, meaning I can fill your cup when you need me. You could fill my cup when I need me. So that's how that works. But I mean, I encourage you to make your own group. It don't matter. But that's what we doing over here. So DM me, message me, how can I join? Probably wondering how it works. $100. I'm just keeping it real. It's $100 or it's $45,000 if you want to get mentored one-on-one, an hour. What? Yes. The reason why is because I'm putting so much value in this group. You have no clue. I'm not a trading group. I'm not a finance group. I'm not a church. I'm a group that is meant. I'm the gas station. What? The what? You the what? You got that gas? You selling drugs? No, we don't do anything illegal here. We just give you that fill up that you need to get from point A to point B. Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what we do. Some people need a hug. Some people need a meal. Some people need to know how to get their business from A to B. Some people need to get their business from C to Z. Whatever it is. That's what we're here for. And how do we do that? We just believe in just, giving the game, teaching. It's a journey. As we know we're going to be on this journey, we just packed the good snacks because we knew what to expect. This is your first time. This is your first journey. This is your first powwow. We know what to expect. We got snacks, we got beer, we got liquor. I mean, we're not to say it like that, but I'm saying to plan for a long, journey. Yeah, we got everything we need. We got meat, we got refrigerators, we got all that shit. But all jokes aside, you do need to find somebody in this time. In these times, it's crazy, it's hard out here. And I'm just keeping it real. What's going to happen in the future? Do you know? I don't really know. But I know I'm going to be prepared for I know I'm going to be ready for what's ready for me. Are you going to be ready for what's ready for you? Is there somebody that you can call if shit hits the fan? Is there some place you can go if shit hits the fan? Are you working with your family? Do you have at least a strong family and a strong, this we will support, we will defend, Or are y'all just sitting there watching the news? Is that it? You just sitting there, sitting on your talent, sitting on your ass, just don't do that. This is your people need you. Your grandkids need you. Your great grandkids, your nieces, nephews, your mama, your dad. You need you. Everybody needs you. People around the world need you to be you, to be the person that God wanted you to be. He created you fearfully and wonderfully made. He didn't create you to be no bum. No couch potato, no person that's just, I'm just going to be stagnant. He didn't create a tree. He created a living, breathing human being who can change his environment, who can change her environment, who can learn. You can be an illiterate mofo and you can, guess what? You can go learn. You can be broke. In America, they give you They give you student loans? What? And I'm not even saying go to college. I'm just saying you got YouTube, you got Instagram, you got TikTok, you got GPT. Oh my goodness. Oh me, oh my. Y'all might not like this, and I'm okay with this. Stop sitting around playing church and start sitting around actually being in church, being in the community, looking out for people, being strategic. The Jews is doing it, the Asians is doing it, the Hispanics is doing it, some blacks is doing it, and some of them ain't, and some of them with the other, ethnicities the same way. But Be around some like-minded people. Because I'm doing it and I'm loving it along the way. I told you, I'm prepped for the long haul. I'm prepped for the journey. Myron Golden said he did his Bible study for years on hand. I know I got flaws, and I'm not here sitting here saying that I got the thing going and I'm that person and all that stuff. All I'm sitting here saying is I'm trusting God that it's going to work out. You can trust God that it's going to work out, but I'm also doing something about it. I encourage you to do something about it with me. And if you don't, that's fine. That's fine. You see, like, you hear anybody? Listen. You hear traffic? Like, I feel like I reached that definition of rich already. What does that mean? That means I can lay my head in peace. I'm at peace for tomorrow. I have food in my belly. I have food in my refrigerator. My kids ain't worried about nothing. And I'm at peace. Life is good. Like, I'm not saying I'm perfect and everything is right, but the definition of rich and being at peace, that's where I'm at. So I thank you for, spending your time with me on this video. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, lovely life. See you at the top.